Hello, welcome to the Advanced Algebra 2 course at the OT International School. My name is Marijan Jurcic, and let me give you some highlights related to the subject. We'll give a brief overview of the course, the grading, very important for the students, the IB selection for the 11th grade, the technology we use, and a brief outline of Term 1, 2, and 3 content. The students will cover properties and applications of various functions: linear, piecewise, exponential, logarithmic, radical, polynomial, and more important, they will have to identify the various properties of these functions related to domain, range, and also use them in real-life applications. In other words, word problems. Grading. The major grade is composed of tests. We do give credit also for classwork and projects and homework. So the crux of the course really depends on the test. We do give the students a break though, and if they have, let's say, one bad day on a test, they can overcome that because we take the overall average of the tests and we replace the lowest grade. Schoology is our learning management system, and I could just quickly go over just to show you. And this is where the students can get material and submit material. So if I go to, let's say, this section where we just finished and we look at domain and range graph, they can download this, they can work on it, and they also can upload material. IB selection. To qualify for the higher level mathematics, the students need at least an 85 in the fall and winter terms. The technology we use is of course a TI-84 calculator. We also use an online graphing application, GeoGebra, for instance, if you look at this example. We like to also implement a few projects related to Python. For instance, in the probability unit, besides the theory behind probability, it's sometimes very useful to just run the simulation. So Python has a couple of libraries related to that, like permutation and factorial. Let's take a look at the contents of each term. The first term is essentially linear functions. So the students will need to graph them, determine the slope, xy intercepts, and also solve inequalities, or I should say graph inequalities, and solve systems of linear equations. This term 2 gets a little bit more difficult in terms of radical functions and dealing with complex numbers. And logarithmic functions are always a challenge. This is another opportunity to use Python in a project because it has a library that can deal with complex numbers. Here is a nice graph of an exponential and logarithmic function. Term 3, to wrap up the year, we do conic sections like hyperbolas, parabolas, sequence and series, and also, like I mentioned before, the probability unit. So here is a Python graphical application that the students can take their simulations and display them in a graph. Okay, to wrap up, welcome again to the Advanced Algebra 2 course, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you need any additional information.